Hey guys, I thought I'd just make a little bit of a video before I go to work about my system. I was going to do a setup video, but things are just a bit messy and I want to move things around. Just, you know, move speakers about and there's cables everywhere and it just looks pretty horrible at the moment. I also want to move the server back into the cupboard and yeah. So I'll get things tidied up and I'll think about doing a whole setup video then. But for now, I'm just going to talk about my system, future upgrades, and what you can do to have a computer like mine, if you really want it. I mean, it's all AMD, so I mean, no one wants AMD anymore. I'm the only one. Oh well, better get to it. Alright guys, so inside the system I have my newest and most favourite part of the system at the moment, which is my NZXT Kraken X61. This thing performs like a beast. Along with the RGB LED, which is fully adjustable using the NZXT cam software, it's pretty decent. I can get pretty much any colour I want. We're experimenting with orange, and the red setting automatically goes to pink for some reason, which I thought was rather strange, but anyway. This keeps my overclocked FX-8350 at 4.5 GHz, slightly overvolted, at around 40 degrees under load, which I think is pretty sick. Considering my last cooler, the Cooler Master V8 GTS, was only really able to keep it under, I think I kept it under 70 when overclocked, but it was about this kind of temperature when it was stock. So the FX-8350 is a hot chip. It uses a lot of power and it outputs quite a lot of heat, so it's doing very well for that. And a lot of people complain about the airflow of the H440. The H440 does have pretty limited airflow. There's nothing open except for this rear fan. But so far what I've found is that it's fine. Nothing's overheating, nothing's getting damaged, nothing is breaking. It's working just fine. There's 320mm fans in the front, two 140mm fans on the radiator, 140mm fan at the back, and that's just about it for the chassis. And yeah, I mean, it stays cool, it runs silent, yeah, I haven't found any issues. A lot of people do complain about airflow, and there is airflow problems. I mean, I will take the front of this off every now and again. The airflow will substantially increase, but other than that, I mean, it doesn't really change anything. Moving along, yes, my graphics cards, my big stock cooler, hot and sexy graphics cards. AMD R9 290 ×2 in Crossfire. They are sick. There are like, I had a 270X in here earlier. Wait, okay, we'll go through the history of my graphics cards. First, I had a GTX, 9800 GTX 512MB. That thing I thought was sick. I thought it was the best fucking thing ever. I mean, the best graphics card that I could have. I mean, this wasn't actually all that long ago. This is about 2 years ago. I got it for $60. It was a pretty cheap old card, and it played all the games that I was playing, so I was happy with it, and it was great. Then I moved on to the GTX 560, which was twice the power of my 9800. From the GTX 560, I upgraded to a 270X, which was twice the power of my 560. And then from the 270X, I upgraded to a 270X Crossfire, which was twice the power of my original 270X. Then I moved on to a 290, which is around about the same performance that I had with my 270X Crossfire, except I didn't have to deal with Crossfire. Then I added another 290, and I have nothing to compare it to anymore. It's double the power of my 290, pretty much. I mean, the scaling that I've found so far in games has been amazing. Anything with AMD's Mantle technology is absolutely it's just doubled. Everything's just doubled. It's amazing. They get hot. They get really, really hot. So the next upgrade I have in mind is the NZXT Kraken G10 bracket on both of these cards, hooked up to a Corsair all-in-one cooler, the H55, which will then, there'll be one fan in the front here, another fan in the front there, radiator, and both of those cards will be water cooled with that heat coming inside the case, which I'm not too sure about. I might have to get a big old loud exhaust fan here, and that would be unfortunate, but it might have to happen, because otherwise all the heat's just going to go through the CPU radiator, and that's not going to be very healthy. Other than that, the next upgrade I have in mind would probably be RAM, although that's not all that bad. It's Hynix, no, not Hynix, it's something stupid. Something really stupid. It's ECC RAM. I scored it for 20 bucks, 8 gigabytes, 1600 megahertz, 8 gigabytes DDR3 ECC RAM. It was cheap, and I was broke. It does the job. No complaints so far, except for the, I managed to overclock it in BIOS. I was like, oh, look at that, I can overclock this RAM. I didn't think I could do that. And then, yeah, I hadn't really gamed since I overclocked it, and then I decided to do that Grid 2 benchmark that I uploaded. That Grid 2 benchmark ended up shutting down my entire system. I thought it was an overheating problem, I thought it was a CPU problem, I checked the thermal paste, I pulled these out, had a look, had a feel, they were nice and cold, what the fuck. And yeah, it was the RAM, so I just put it back down to its stock clocks, and everything's right as rain again. So yeah, don't overclock ECC RAM, especially when it only costs you 20 bucks. And the last upgrade that I have planned for the system, and then I don't know where I'm going to go from there, is an 840 EVO to go alongside my 840 series SSD. This is just, I'm not sure if they have, it's just the stock 840. Like, I'm not sure if there's a special name for the stock 840 apart from the 840 series. So that's going to go in alongside with another 120 gigabyte 840 EVO, which are cheaper at the moment. They're really cheap. And I'll be able to grab one of those, stick that in there, and I will probably do RAID 0, which would be nice, really nice. And I've gone on a lot of forums, and a lot of people have said, well, there's no real performance increase. It's all just, it looks great on paper, it looks good in the benchmarks and the numbers, but the performance increase just isn't really there. I don't care. I really don't care. It has to be overkill. It has to be completely overkill. And I know someone's about to comment, if it has to be overkill, then why don't you go Intel? So, because I don't have the money. These two cards were 600 bucks. My 3 monitors, 600 bucks. CPU, I actually got there for 100 bucks. Yeah. I'm cheap. I'm very cheap. I have a minimum wage job and I only work about 3 hours a week. So, yeah, I don't have a lot of money to play with, and the performance increase that I would get from Intel, for me, just isn't worth it. So, yeah, gonna get another SSD, RAID 0, gonna get new RAM, gonna water cool my 290s, and that's pretty much about all I have left to do before I start throwing money at my server. And the server's going to have a G3258 Pentium, probably another closed loop water cooler because they're very cheap and they're very nice. I'll overclock it, chuck a bunch of hard drives in it, maybe get it a new case, put it somewhere nice. I need to get a new cable. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say right now. I upgraded my motherboard, but everyone probably already knows about that. I'm going to put a bunch of links down in the description for all of the stuff that I'm selling. My 3D Mark scores, which I'm rather impressed with. I'm very impressed with it. I've never run a 3D Mark test before I got these cards, and I scored 11,335, which is apparently better than 96% of all results. I need to go back to school so I can get my English working again. Yeah, 96% of all results, and I'm pretty proud of that, considering I haven't actually spent all that much on the system, and I know that there are people out there who have spent, you know, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on their computers. I mean, this probably still comes in under 2K, which I'm very, very happy with. In New Zealand dollars, I mean, that's probably 1,800 USD, which I'm very happy with. Yeah, so if you have any questions, I guess you can put them down in the comments, as people always do, and yeah, that's about it. If there's anything I've missed, I'm sure you'll point it out. Hope you enjoyed the video. I have to go back to work. And I guess I'll upload a bit more frequently soon because I'm about to get 100 megabit fiber. Oh yes. I've been stuck on below 10 megabit fiber for a long time. I've been probably sitting around the 700 kilobyte per second downloads range. That's my absolute maximum. And for uploads, I'm looking at 100 kilobytes up. So uploading videos hasn't been fun. Every time I go to upload a video, it's queued. So I basically can't do anything else online while I'm uploading, and when uploads take, 1 to 2 hours, it kind of sucks. And I never sleep, so I can't really do them while I sleep. Yeah, so fiber is going to be a massive improvement for me and my impact on YouTube. I have a small amount of subscribers, but I'm really surprised at the amount of you that are out there, and I'm really happy that you have subscribed, and I hope that you watch this video and the videos that I have to come. Anyway, thanks for watching, and yeah, see ya.